So there's two things people aren't talking about with the Epstein files, and that's number one. Out of all the files that have been released to date, the number one most mentioned name in there is obviously Jeffrey Epstein. The second most mentioned name, obviously, is Maxwell, but it's the third most mentioned name. All the files to date is Donald Trump. And this doesn't even include where his name is hidden by the redactions, mind you. So when they say where there's smoke, there's fire, this isn't smoke. This is all out flames. This is a fire in terms of Donald Trump's involvement. The second thing we're not talking about are all the co-conspirators who received immunity. Jean-Luc Brunel, French modeling agent, he went to jail for raping young girls, and then he unalived himself in prison in 2022, interestingly enough. I've got to use code words so this video doesn't get taken down. Sarah Kellen, Epstein's assistant, accused of booking massages, which is code for inappropriate encounters, arranging travel and recruiting the victims. Nadia Marchenko, brought to the U.S. by Epstein as a teen, allegedly as an sex slave, accused of participating in inappropriate acts with underage girls for Epstein and for others, and she was a recruiter and a groomer as well. Adriana Ross, former model, Epstein assistant, accused of scheduling these encounters, removing evidence, which there was a lot of that went on, and helping to manage the operations. Leslie Groff, longtime executive assistant, accused of scheduling travel and massages for Epstein and others, coordinating with victims. And then, of course, Lex Wexner, billionaire, founder of Victoria's Secret, Epstein's former financial client, accused of benefiting from and knowing about the scheme. Who is still going to Victoria's Secret still, ladies? Who's still going? Here's what I want to talk about. They received immunity to turn over evidence against only Epstein and Maxwell, the lowest hanging fruit, the easiest ones to go after at the end of the day. And now that they have immunity, they don't have to cough up any evidence about anyone ever again. They can shut the door on the faces of investigators if this is ever done again. And we can sit here and criticize prosecutors. We can, and it's valid. But I will tell you, it seems to me the investigators were doing their jobs and they kept running into dead ends. The witnesses were being threatened. Witnesses were being paid off. These very powerful, wealthy, mostly men, had a way of making sure investigators ran into a dead end every time. And so that left prosecutors needing to go after what they actually could go after, Maxwell and Epstein. But everybody else is now protected. Yeah.